A veteran Houston police officer was laid to rest today, more than 2 weeks after drowning in the floodwaters on his way to work.
Sergeant Steve Perez was remembered as a dedicated officer, family man, and faithful friend. Jason Miles has more from the service.
Sergeant Steve Perez served HPD for nearly 35 years. Hundreds of officers and others came here to honor his service. Impactful. Emotional. Beautiful. Houston Police Sergeant Steve Perez's funeral was an appropriate finale to a life of service.
We gather here today to celebrate the gift of life, not so much the pain of death.
Hundreds of police officers and others filled pews inside the cavernous Co-Cathedral of the Sacred Heart.
Our dad was the greatest protector, defender, and rescuer.
Officer Perez's son, Maverick, was among those who spoke about his father's service to his family and his city.
It feels impossible to describe the man he was.
Perez's widow tried to convince him to stay home the night he drowned while driving to work along flooded Beltway 8.
And what we saw through his sacrifice that Sunday was symbolic of what this entire nation and world saw in the city of Houston, the state of Texas.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott said Perez was an example for other officers, many of whom traveled from across the nation to pay their respects.
I told his wife how proud we are of her family, and of her lost husband for the legacy that he stands for.
Police officers are a family. If we're in Detroit, if we're in California, it doesn't matter where we are. We're going to come as a family. We're going to support each other no matter what we do.
A final radio call played over a loudspeaker.
Please show Sergeant Steve Perez OD.
Ceremonially ended Sergeant Steve Perez's watch. Sergeant Perez leaves behind a wife and 2 children. There was a private burial following today's service. Reporting from downtown Houston, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.